Hello my beloveds, welcome to this video where I'm hoping that we can bust through the layers and see various perspectives of some of this spiritual evolution kind of belief systems that are often put in place. And I don't know, maybe I'm giving them even the wrong words. It might be coming more from like biohacking, kind of wealth consciousness, spiritual wealth consciousness kind of language that I see a lot of. But I see it every now and again. I just get like a little couple of people that like maybe pop up on my feed, and they'll speak about this sort of thing, and I can see where a part of myself in the past would have really felt taken down actually by, cause like, oh, I don't have that. I don't know how I'm gonna get that. And then I can also see how in the collective field, how there's a lot of that, and where that's really taking a play on kind of elitism in these sorts of communities, right? And I don't know if everyone's really aware that that's what they're creating through this perspective, but I want to create more limitless potential in the field and to feel more free and open and expanded through yourself, rather than thinking that you need these kind of things in place to actually achieve anything basically in life. So let's have a little chit chat about that, right? So the motion that I'm hearing a lot of the time is that you need to be surrounded by certain kinds of people to achieve, to be, you know, it's like a reflection of you. You know, usually they'll sort of say, oh no, the 4, 5, 10 people around you are a reflection of where you are. You know, surround yourself by people you know, that are where you want to be, or like who you're becoming, so that you know that's what you create for yourself. Now that sounds really nice, okay? It sounds like, yeah, sure, like it makes sense, like collective energy, like when we're in a collective field together, we're gonna spar off more ideas, we're gonna get to talk more about the things that we're interested in, we can support each other on that journey. We can feel like, yes, if they're doing it, I'm doing it, we're all doing it together. I get that. But there's also this, where I see it actually going, right? So it sounds kind of a little bit like, yeah, sure. But where I actually see it go is that oftentimes people are going, okay, well, the people around me are, you know, working 9-to-5 jobs, and they are, you know, some of them are going through really dark, depressing things, and they don't seem very high vibe. They're not high vibrational. They got too much shit going on, you know. They often think like, yeah, they haven't got a lot of money, or it's very mediocre. You know, you think, well, that's what's around me, okay? So you think, well, how can I get out of that? Oh, I'll just start cutting those people out of my life, and I'll just go and just, you know, start a new life from there. Or they might just feel completely hopeless and think, well, this is what I'm around. I mean, because come on, you can't really change your nan and your granddad. You're not going to cut out, you know, your grandparents, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, really. And we're all going through such different things. Everyone's always going through different things. So let's really be realistic. Yes, you might not hang around with them so much. Maybe you want to have a collection of friends that really resonate with you. That's great. But what about those friends that they are great, they are amazing, they just don't necessarily share the same values, the same journey that you're going and heading towards? Doesn't mean that they're then not able to be in your field, because then that's going to stop you from creating your reality, right? So I think that there's like certain little nuances here that I think get lost. And then to take it into the bigger picture, is that what we forget when we think about that, we are actually limiting ourselves, going, we need to have people around us to feel something, to experience something, to have something. And then it could either create a barrier, or you spend your whole time trying to curate the certain conditions for that reality to take place. And what I want to really look at and emphasize on, and what I'm seeing, is that we are in a quantum field. So we can actually connect to those people that we feel resonant to us through time and space. We don't need to actually have them physically immediately around us to have that energetic support in the field. We also don't need to just limit the people around us by the things that they do, the experiences they're having, whether that's emotional, physical, spiritual, to determine whether they are worthy of being in your space, whether they are going to uplift you or not uplift you. Okay, again, nuance here. If someone is causing a lot of issues in your life, not being very nice, being quite rude to you, of course, that's not going to be healthy to have in your life. You might need to distance yourself from them. That's just general common respect, right? But what we really are here to do is to see each other in our divine light. If you want to achieve that enlightenment, that high vibrational existence, the life of your dreams, then you need to be able to actually hold everyone in that experience with you. Does that make sense? Like really holding the vision that they have the capacity as well. Because when you're knocking down one person thinking they don't have that capacity and only you do and only this certain select people do, you're limiting yourself, because that is a part of the whole. And only the whole is here to collectively awaken and remember their truth, their divinity. So you're already saying, well, they don't have it. So then do you have it if they don't have it? So when we're actually able to sit with ourselves and remember that we have everything within us, we do not need to outsource. We do not need to be somewhere. We do not need to have people or things to be the thing. And I want to look at even something like epigenetics that talks about, on that science level, of like the environment and the conditions. But the environment and the condition is really what's happening in the body. So if we're creating an emotional state through our thoughts in our body, that is having a chemical reaction, and that is creating the environment for the thing to happen in our own physicality, not the environment around you, but the physicality of your own being, your own body, to house your soul, to house your divinity. So if we're going, people around me don't have it, they're not successful, they're not this, they're not that, they're not divine, they're a mess, they're overly depressive, they're rude. What kind of environment is that creating for ourselves? When we actually sit there and go, wow, that person's moving through something amazing and they're going to come out the other end of that. Wow, that person's choosing to go into a system to support those people, even if that's a hard job, even if that means that they're not working at a rate that they could really achieve a wage that is like beyond this limitation that these old systems create. Wow. What a flip, what a shift that makes. And then that creates the environment for us to experience the awe and wonder of our divinity, our beauty, that we don't actually then need to have those other things around us. And does it create the conditions in our own physicality to actually then move forward and create that in our reality? Because we've already created it through shifting how we see everything, how we perceive other people, how we perceive the collective. So can you shift that reality right now? Is there 1, 2, 3 people in your life right now that maybe you feel that they're not living up to kind of the same things that you want to aspire to, that you can kind of find those things that you go, wow, actually, you know what? I can see why, I can see where, and I can see how. Can you look at them in the eyes and just go to see their divinity? Nothing else. Just to be able to look right in their eyes and just see them, witness them, be there for them in all that they are, all that they've done, all that they ever do, and actually still just go, I know you are love, I know you're divine. It's not about being perfect, the perfect human, but is it still divine? Is it still love? Is it still worthy of love? Being loved, being known as love. And yeah, when you've done that, I'd love to hear in the comments how that landed for you. And if you want to explore more of your soul path and ignite those codes of your soul, then do look below, because I do have a soul path meditation and mandala for you to connect more deeply with these teachings within yourself.